Yo, what's up, people? What is going on? It's just me right now, waiting for my homeboy Roberto to step in, and then we are going to talk. That is correct. Some motherfucking football, y'all. It's about that time. The football season is about to begin, and I am extremely excited for what we are going to see. Can't wait for the football season to start. With that being said, man, glad you guys could all join. Got three people in here already, but we had some people in here waiting for the show yesterday, which didn't happen. Roberto had some stuff to do, so we postponed it for today. But so blasted if you're in the house, Malik, if you're in the house, Matt's Mama Bear was there already, and LDG with the question marks. That was all from yesterday, but you know, shit happens sometimes, so we just do it another day. That's all. Just to let you guys know what I got coming up. I got the Logan Paul fight. Jake Paul fight. I'm gonna do a watch party for that later on tonight. Had no idea that fight was going on until last night, and then I remembered it today, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, let me do a watch party for that. I think some people might want to watch the fight. If they can't watch it, you know what I mean? I'll have a link there for anybody that wants to watch the fight with us, that's for sure. So that will be coming on. And then at 9:30, I will be doing the watch party for the round table for What If. So yeah, it should be a good day, man. It's gonna be a lot of a lot of hours streaming today, but it is what it is. What's up? I love food. How you doing, brother? Glad you could pop in. Like I said, I'm just waiting for my boy Roberto to pop in. He said he would be like 5 minutes late. So I'm just shooting some shit. Didn't know what was going on yesterday. Yeah, I know, Data. I know, man. Like I said, yesterday was the stream was up. We were gonna do it, but something happened, couldn't make it. Life sometimes comes in. So we're gonna do this again today. Trying to figure out a day where we can do a football show. I spoke with Uche. Uche said he's down, so he's probably going to be coming on, and that's even better because you have an actual NFL player that will be sitting there talking football with us. It'll be a great show. So I hope you guys check it out, man. I know a lot of the people in the chat here are more into pop culture and stuff like that, but the ones that are into football, we're gonna do it, And while I wait for Roberto, I was going to wait for him to talk about it, but I think I'll talk about it now because I do have a fantasy league that I actually set up for myself. And I'm also in Film Elitus's fantasy league as well. I probably was going to show my team. Just got to wait for this stupid verification crap. It's always a struggle to get into YouTube with the double verification and shit like that. But whatever, it is what it is. HDCQ. Oh shit. Yeah, man. So if anybody in here, I hope you guys are looking forward to this football season. I know I am. I was watching a couple preseason games. Steelers look pretty good. It's just hard for me to actually sit there and be like, yeah, and sit there and be like, yeah, get all happy for the Steelers when I know it's basically, preseason. Anything can happen in the preseason. So right now I'm just trying to get into my fantasy league. What the hell? Uh-huh. Roberto is in the house. What is up, Roberto? How you doing, man?
What's going on? You good?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Yeah, man. So just trying to burn a head outside, and this wasp from the future was chilling on my tarp, and put an end to that real quick when I saw him start moving. So I'm half baked, and here I am.
Glad you can make it, brother.
Yes, sir.
I was just killing some time first, and what I was gonna do is I was gonna show my fantasy team. Do you want to talk about that before we get into some actual football talk?
Well, that's more or less, I think, for off my chest. Because man, like I can be honest with you, guy. Since they took off that filter where you could more or less pre-pick the guys you want in order, if it's still there, I haven't been able to find it for, I would say, the last 3 years. So the last 3 years, I just let the computer pick for me. And they always give me a well-balanced team, you know? One good quarterback, one good receiver, one good running back, a great tight end. And I'm good. You see how I manage every year. This year I had my fingers crossed, but I'm saying, yo, Danny's reaching out to me. You're reaching out to me. That ain't a good sign because you guys never reach out. That ain't a good sign. You know, I know these guys are on there full-fledged. I open up my team, dog, and I'm telling you, it wasn't even Sunday. Normally, I would have opened up Sunday, saw who I had, and then go check free agency, right? I didn't even check. I'm chilling on Tuesday, and all of a sudden I had an epiphany. Poof! Yo, are you crazy? Nzo's a commissioner. You better go back there and check. I went and checked. There was hardly anybody as far as quarterbacks. No, let me finish, Nzo. I'm going to justify.
Yeah, go ahead.
You're clean this time because I have madness. I have method to my madness, right?
Okay, go ahead.
So once I saw there was no quarterbacks there, normally I would go check the teams right away and see who got who. But I said, nah, go search thoroughly because there's only 8 of us. There's got to be somebody. So I found Baker Mayfield. I picked him up. I said, everyone's big enough Cleveland. That might work, right? Then I'm there today. I'm looking, and I said, you know what? Go look at transactions because you didn't check that. So I go to transactions, and I'm seeing from the 23rd, which is the day after. I'm looking up. I don't see any Nzo. And I'm like, that's fucking odd. Are we allowed to swear on this show?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's fucking odd. So when I go and look at the teams, yeah, you saw my face looking at the teams Wednesday night. I think I lost focus many times. Yeah, keep rubbing that chronic on me. I understand. I lost focus many times because I could not believe the teams that I'm up against. And to say that Nzo did not go in the free agent pool, that only says to me that your motherfucking shit better be ready draft day because, yo, I finished first 5 times in this league, won it once. Last year, had the highest points the year before. I don't always win. The playoffs is what matters. I'm like a Denver Broncos of the past, you know? We can get to the dance, but we can't take her home. You know? Can't take her home with you. So I thought I was going back to back. Has anyone gone back to back? I think you did, no?
Nobody has gone back to back in our league yet.
I thought I was going back to back. I was holding first all season long, running strong. And sure enough, a guy traded came back to fucking haunt me. But this year, I just don't see it happening. Unless I make 120 moves by the end of the season, I just don't see it happening. This year is a donation because my quarterbacks are Jalen Hurts, and he's my first quarterback picked. And they don't even know, like the coach isn't even saying if this fucking guy's a starter. And Ryan. I've been in this pool how long? How long we've been in? I think I was a commissioner at one point, huh?
Yeah, we were in this league for a long time,
bro. It's a good 10 plus years, no? We had Rockman in here. We had all kinds in here.
Yep.
I never had this guy Ryan as a quarterback. So you tell me I ain't cursed this year? Wow.
It's funny, right? Because even I forgot as a commissioner. I was like, yo, you know what I mean? I was sitting up there on the Sunday and I was just chilling, and Danny was like, oh, you're letting it do it for yourself? And I'm like, oh shit, the draft, when I remembered the draft the night before, but when Sunday came, so I was able to get in there real quick right before it started. And man, my first pick, I was like, oh, Patrick Mahomes, taking him. So I took Patrick Mahomes with my first pick.
Do I have to listen to this? Could I mute this? My heart's beating irregular. I just, it's now I'm hearing the facts. I'm hearing the facts of the matter. Go ahead, Otto. Sorry, man.
Well, it's all good.
It just hurts. It just hurts. It just hurts.
You know I always take a quarterback first, right?
It's a blessed day, so I'm gonna allow God to give me peace right now.
Then my wide receivers, I was able to pick up DeAndre Hopkins. I picked up Mike Evans. I'm still iffy about him.
You want to trade?
No, I'm good for now.
You said you're iffy.
I am, but I'm good. I'm good. I'll take my chances to see how it goes. I got Tyler Lockett as my other wide receiver. My running backs is Saquon Barkley. This one is going to be an iffy pick too, man, because if the Giants do shit, you know what I mean, they won't be running a lot of the games. They'll always be playing. If they're always playing from behind, the run is going to suffer from that. But he was a good running back before he got injured last year. So Chris Carson for Seattle. My tight end is Robert Tayona.
Who the hell's that?
For Green Bay.
Okay. Oh, he's good. Tanyan, no?
Tanyan, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I had him last year. He's good. He's good for points, yo.
Yeah, I figured Aaron Rodgers would pass the ball to him like crazy, right? Mm-hmm. So now we got running backs. I got Clyde Edwards, backup quarterback. I was like, oh shit! I was going for Tom Brady, right? And right before my pick, Danny, I think it was Danny.
Wait, hold on. Yeah. For the few that are here, did you hear what he said? His backup quarterback is Tom Brady. I would trade my two guys for Tom Brady right now, and no one would do it.
No, I wanted it to be Tom Brady, but Danny picked him up. So I ended up taking Dak Prescott. I'm like, you know what?
I would have taken Dak Prescott over Tom Brady.
Right.
You remember when I had Dak, how much points he got me?
I agree. Oh, but Dak is coming off an injury, right? So, but still, yeah, because we're going to get into that because I heard he was throwing the ball all over the field in preseason. So then for my backup wide receivers, I took Juju Smith-Schuster and I took Chase Claypool. I'm hoping Chase Claypool has a breakout year.
Steelers, no kidding.
Next, I have DeAndre Swift, Mike Williams, and Zach Moss from Buffalo. So my team is pretty stacked, but God forbid any injuries. My defense, though, is who did I get for my defense? My defense is Baltimore defense. Meh.
They're, I would say, top 10.
Yeah, if they're top 10, I could deal with that, So
their division's tough, though.
I know.
Pure ballers.
I know.
Could I go over my team now, just so? I just want you guys to know that I am weak in the quarterback department.
Absolutely.
But after that, I think I have some strength. I don't want to put it up. No, I don't want to share it. I'm just going to go off on my little phone here. Let me
see here. And you know what I'll do just so that Roberto can go off of his phone and the people in the chat will know what he's talking about. I'm going to bring his team up. There we go. Here's Roberto's team.
Okay, make it a little smaller so no one can squeeze in and get information before I share it. So I'm going to give you my starting lineup. I really don't know if it's going to be Ryan because I got, what's his name, Cleveland boy on the bench there. And the more hype I'm hearing, like Cleveland has a lot to prove. Like, I think there's going to be a big rivalry with Cleveland and Nzo's team this year.
Facts.
Because Pittsburgh ain't loving the attention Cleveland's getting. Everyone's giving up on Pittsburgh. Everyone's giving up on Big Ben. So they have a lot to prove. And now they got this stud running back. Let's see what happens. But enough about Pittsburgh, because I know Nzo will shine the light on that shit enough. Okay, so my starting quarterback is Ryan. Bam. Whatever. I got Ridley in Atlanta. Now he's taking the forefront because Jones is gone. So it's all about Ridley now. So these two need to click. If they have a bad game, I'm losing. I got Jefferson in Minnesota, the top dancer. I got my boy Goodwin in Tampa Bay. I got a pretty tight receiving core.
Yeah, not bad.
My running backs. I got Mr. Chubb, your enemy. Your enemy. But he's sharing the ball. But, if Hunt gets hurt, it's all about the Chubb show. Then I got Mr. Jones in Green Bay, who did some serious damage last year. Please don't flop this year like Kamara did when I got him. Please don't flop. Football gods, hear me today. Tight end, I got Mr. Hawkinson from Detroit. Now, we're going to see. I don't even know who this guy is. He's already a question on my screen. But that's what I got. That's what they gave me. So I have to hope he's good. On my bench, I got Mr. Hurts, like I said. I got Sanders from Philly, the running back. I got Ayuk, the receiver from San Fran. I got Mr. Sutton from Denver, who I had once upon a time and got me big-time points. I got this tight end Fant from Denver.
Yeah.
Don't really know. Gave him 8 points projected, so I have to figure out he's pretty good. I got Sermon, running back for San Fran. I know Quinton's cheering there. Mendes got a nice running back. Baker Mayfield on the bench. Hopefully he's going to kill your division. And I got this kicker, Yello-Who. I remember this guy last year. I had him. I got rid of him. And he helped whoever picked him up. Because this guy's on point, man. How do I know? Because he's the only Asian kicker in the NFL. It's hard not to know, right? No offense to my Asian brothers, but you got a badass kicker there. And I got him on my squad. And my defense, I have to admit, the football god said, you know what? Give him a break.
Yeah, you got some two good defenses there.
I don't know about Kansas City. They have something to prove because last year they weren't too shit hot, man. All their games were big scoring games. If Mahomes doesn't light up the show, they're losing, So they might be trade bait or they might be a free agent swap. Got to let the first 2 games go by to see who's a rookie shining that's still floating,
That's what I want to do too, because...
What are you going to do? Who are you going to get rid of? You're going to be in misery debating who to let go from your team. They're all AA players, AAA players. Who are you going to let go?
Hey, man, you got 2 nice running backs there. Maybe I give you one for Dak Prescott, Maybe.
Quentin, tell him how wicked Sermon is. Tell him how much he needs Sermon. Or even Sanders from Philly. He's projected to get 11 points, so he must be proving something, right?
Nah, I'm thinking Aaron Jones type of running back, bro.
No, Aaron Jones is getting me more than Dak Prescott. Sorry. I'm sorry. I saw that brother run last year. He's pretty much what opens up the field for Rodgers to throw the way he does. So, yeah, and he's a healthy guy too. So,
I would say Chubbs, but Chubbs shares the ball, and I don't like that. I don't like running backs that share the ball.
I ain't giving you Chubb.
You wouldn't give one of those players for Dak Prescott?
You know how much touchdowns that guy scores, man? Forget about yards because Hunt eats up.
Right.
But when they get down in the 20, it's all about the Chubb, man.
No, I agree with you.
Unless you're doing some play action with Hunt,
I agree with you, but hey, just remember, Dak Prescott can get you 100 points in a game, and I don't see any running back ever did that yet.
Yeah. Well, you remember what I had last year, the big train.
Yeah, you had McCaffrey, didn't you?
No, I had Mr. Tennessee.
Oh, who had McCaffrey last year?
McCaffrey was injured a whole year.
The whole year? No, didn't he start off strong and then...
think 2 games he played and he was gone.
No. Okay. I thought you had him.
That's the kid in Carolina, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you had him last year, but
no, I wish. My running game was never really as strong as it is now. I mean, I had him and him only. I can't believe I forgot his name.
Yeah, he was gone first pick. I think Quentin had the first pick, picked him up right away, and everybody's picking up the running backs. And I said, you know what? I'm going to take a quarterback because I know quarterbacks are, you need quarterbacks. You know what I mean?
I remember when I was pre-picking back in the day, I put Brown as my number 1 pick and I got him.
Mm-hmm.
And I had no regrets.
Antonio Brown?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
He was a stud. He was the number 1 receiver in the NFL.
Yeah,
That guy was dangerous.
Quentin has him this year. I'm worried about that one. I am
It's
worried
okay,
about that
but I'm not worried because he's sharing the ball with two other stud receivers.
one. Right,
You
right,
know,
right.
he's looking at Evans first, then Goodwin, then Brown in the little short yak yards, you know?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I feel you. I feel you. But he's a beast if he gets that long ball. Like he can have 3 touchdowns in a game.
Yeah,
So
I feel you. If he goes back to anything like he was, oh my God.
it's gonna piss
Tom,
me off.
Brady's going to be in the NFL for a while, man.
Yeah.
He's going to be there for a while.
As we're going into some football talk, let's talk because I'm hearing there's Skip Bayless said Tom Brady's gonna win the Super Bowl again this year. What do you think of that?
It's kind of, you have to prove him wrong because it's the same team coming back. Like, I know Kansas City boosted up their offensive line and they made some changes on defense,
Mm-hmm.
but they're getting new chemistry. These guys have to play a full year, or not even so much a full year, but play a good half of the season before they click. Tampa Bay, it's the same guys coming back, so they're just going to perfect what they did last year and add on that. And then what? I mean, in all honesty, what's the weakest part of their game? I have to think it's their running game.
I would agree.
Imagine they get a stud running back, or they have some weapon there. Like back in the day, Dallas would just pull these guys out of nowhere, and they're running for 1,000 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine,
Yeah, I know.
because
If
it's a
they
Tom Brady show in the NFL right now. It's no more Dallas. It's no more San Fran or any hopefuls. It's the Tom Brady show.
so you're thinking Tom Brady's the man to beat then?
Yes, as
Yeah.
much as I like Kansas City to come out and redeem themselves with a newer, better team, until they do, because even Kansas City got the number one rank. How do you give the
Mm-hmm.
number one rank to a team that didn't win the Super Bowl? A
Because
team
they.
that's coming back as the same fucking team.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't lose 10, 15 guys like most Super Bowl teams do.
You know
The whole
why?
team.
You know why? Because they have that young buck in Patrick Mahomes over there. That's why they're putting a lot of faith in him. And there
Well,
was a few injuries on their team on the offensive line, and
yeah, yeah.
that's what Chris says why they lost, right? Why they
I
lost to
think
Tampa
it
Bay,
was a big effect. But listen, just
right?
like the Nets lost some guys, and Thing was able to beat them, and who was it?
Golden State,
Phoenix, came up against Kawhi down, came up against another team with, a guy missing.
Lakers,
So
yeah.
you can't determine that shit. It just happens.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm. It's
what's to
part of the
say
game, man.
if Tom Brady gets hurt, who's coming in?
For real,
you know? So
for
it's,
real.
again, like I said, till it's proven, I'd have to say it's Tampa Bay as much as I think it's Kansas City, as much as I like Tennessee, as much as I like to see what the Rams are gonna do. There's just so much parity in the NFL this year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've been this eager to see it start in a long time.
I agree. I agree with the parody. Who do you think's gonna like if you had to pick a Cinderella team?
The Chargers, I saw a lot in them, but to throw it all on their coach, not because he's black, I'm going to give him some favoritism, but if you look at all the games they lost, they were by like a touchdown or less.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to think it's a lot better than that guy was doing in Detroit. You know what I mean? Because he had some talent over there. All you had was a stud quarterback, a good receiver. He didn't really have nothing. So the Chargers is one team. I don't think Buffalo is a sleeper, but I think people are sleeping on Buffalo.
I agree.
If I could have a quarterback right now, realistically, I know we can't have Brady in Washington because with my background, who I'm a fan of. But we can't have Brady. We can't have Jones. We can't have Rodgers. I mean, we can't have any of these high profile. But if I could have one of these guys coming in 2 years strong, that's my guy.
Who is you guys' quarterback this year?
Fitzpatrick Magic. Throw it long, Fitz, and hope they catch it. Throw it long and hope they catch it.
Wait a minute. The Steelers quarterback is Fitzpatrick? I mean, the Redskins quarterback is.
I like to call them Redskins, but we're offending people in this
world that's
we
right.
live in. So
yeah,
the Washington football team,
right?
Which I wouldn't mind being called the Red Wolves because at least we keep our colors, and I'm sure you could find a fucking sick wolf to put as a logo. You know, so but we have too many people who are, you know, like us who don't want really adjust to this new Sensi way, but it's here. So get over it. We're not going to be Redskins anymore. As much as I want to be, as much as I love, that's my team. That's the team I fell in love with. Redskins, Washington, that Indian, that affiliation. So yeah, I'd like to say it's going to be the Chargers.
So I'm gonna let you do a rant. Cowboys, they think. What Cowboys doing this year? Because they got a good wide receiver core. They got Lamb. Hopefully, you know what I mean. You like.
Has anyone questioned their offense? I told you I had Dak as my quarterback. I got major points. They were scoring a lot of points, but as good as their offense is, their defense fucking sucks. And they have to live up to this America's team stigma that they have to be the best when they're far from the best. I'm sorry. It's either their coaching. They got talent. But they walk around like they're walking around with yesterday's credentials. And I'm talking way back yesterday, not Saturday. They haven't done shit since when. And every fucking year, they're to win the NFC East, make it to the Super Bowl,
and win it.
Maybe even win it. You know,
win it.
It's Jerry's world. It's Jerry's world. It's a fictitious world that Jerry's living in, thinking because they are the highest grossing sports team in the world that that gives them the credentials to be America's team. No. America's team is it's trending. Where is it trending now? You're untrending. You know when you put that "un" with a hyphen? You're untrending. Who's trending now? Tampa Bay. Kansas City's fighting, but they have a guy there that has 7 Super Bowls.
Yep.
They have a guy who's doing commercials like what's his name? The brothers there. The Mannings.
Oh, Peyton.
Yeah, you don't see the commercials that Tom's doing now?
Yeah.
You see the one from Boston?
No.
When he goes in the store?
No, I didn't see that one.
And the guy's like, I know you. You're from Boston. He goes, yeah. I think he goes, yeah, I'm Tom Brady. And he's like, yeah, whatever. But you're from Boston, right? Do the Boston accent. Do Boston Yard, some Boston Yard. He's doing all that shit. And he's like, I play there. I'm not from there. I'm from, yeah, who cares? Just like he starts ranting all these Boston things and all the people in the store start following in. You're from Boston? Harbin Yard. And they all start screaming. And he's like, what the fuck? I just came here to buy something, man. What's wrong with these people? That's where he's reached now. He's a comedian. He's a stud. Wherever he goes,
wins championships.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So,
but do you think that he's been there long enough to even say that Tampa Bay would be considered America's team?
It's just going that way. You have so many celebrities there. You have villains, celebrities. You have all walks over there. You don't know what Brown's gonna do. You have Gronk over there. Yeah, come on, man. Come on. They just have so much. All I'm saying, Nzo, because even their defense is top 5, right?
Yeah.
If they get a fucking stud running back, you're gonna tell me they ain't the New Jersey Nets or Brooklyn Nets of the NFL?
They could be.
They just need a stud running back. And I mean, there's other teams that have just as much talent, but they don't have a quarterback who has 7 rings on his finger, man. You know, it's like he does a concert. Yeah, he gets butterflies, but those butterflies make him better. Those other guys, those butterflies make you fuck up. Mahomes, this is gonna be your stage, brother. That's all I could say. Go ahead, Nzo.
It will be his stage. He has to beat Brady though. There has to be a Tampa Bay Kansas City rematch this year, and if there is, he has to win. Because if he loses to Brady twice, that's gonna be hard to ever say he's gonna be the GOAT, no matter what he does.
Brady's got to
Because
stay healthy.
for sure. For sure. Brady has to stay healthy this year, but I'm talking about with Mahomes' career in the long run, when it's all said and done. If he loses to Brady twice, he'll never be considered the GOAT. Never be considered a GOAT.
Well, he's going to have to win as many rings as Brady.
That too, for sure.
And I'm going to use a hockey metaphor, but that's Gretzky-ish. Mm-hmm. Like, there's some records that nobody's going to touch that Gretzky did. Nobody in fucking, I don't care, 20 seasons. I think those 7 rings is going to be very hard for a quarterback to surpass.
I agree. 100%. 100%. Maybe if he had one last year, you'd be able to say, okay, he's on his way. You know what I mean? He has 2. But yeah, man, to win 7?
That's insane.
Like
insane.
In 2 years, he's not going to have the same team that he has this year and last year, guaranteed. Or whenever those contracts give 2, 3, 4 years, players are going to drop off. Wide receivers are going to drop off.
These guys are taking less money to play with them. Doesn't that tell you something?
Oh yeah, I know.
So many people on that team took less money to keep that group together. They are a fucking chemistry group, man.
No, I agree 100%. But they're gonna want their money sooner or later, especially you know what I mean, especially if like
they get that second ring.
Yeah.
They're gone. I got my 2 rings. I just want to win. I got 2. I'm gone. Let me make some money now. You're right.
Exactly. 100%, you know? And even if the team starts to fall off, right? Let's say the team has a bad fucking year. Some of those free agents, they may be getting called up to an up-and-coming team who just needs a wide receiver and feel like, hey, I can get a little bit more money over here and possibly win, so I'm going to go over there, you know? You never know, man. I think
as long as Brady's there, they can make a dynasty of it. Once those key elements start falling off, then his longevity just starts falling off too. Because you're going to have to stand in the pocket that much longer till your receivers get open. And when these guys are bigger, stronger, faster, or hitting you, and you're in your 40s, oh no. Like I told you, when you turn 45, cut yourself. When you turn 50, cut your finger again. Watch the healing process. It's fucking longer.
No, I agree with you 100%.
You know?
But what I'm saying is, how many years do you think Brady has left, though?
If he keeps the squad, I could see him playing another 3 years.
Wow, really?
Wait, well, 2 more on top of this, so 3 in total.
Okay, 2 more on top of this. At a high efficiency, though?
Well, we never discussed efficiency. You said, how long do I think he can play? Based on what I saw, as fast as he's getting rid of that. Listen, as long as he has Antonio Brown on his team, he can get rid of that ball in seconds. Because if Antonio Brown ain't the first Tyreek Hill without that speed, I don't know who is.
No, I agree.
The hands he has, the evasiveness he has. No, we talk hockey on here sometimes, so I don't think it's a bootleg square one. You didn't see me in the Phantom Zone for talking hockey, Danny, so you got to take that one back.
You know?
But yeah, I think as long as he has Antonio Brown and a threat like Mike Evans, some guy who's big and fast, he could throw it deep, or he could just throw a little 5-yard and out and just keep getting first downs. Then he has Gronk for the touchdowns. I mean, as long as those guys stay together, I don't know if someone could tell me otherwise. What's up, Tony?
Yeah, I can kind of agree with you. What's up, Tony? Deshaun said AFC playoff standings will be 1 Chiefs, 2 Bills, 3 Browns, 4 Titans, 5 Ravens, 6 Colts, and 7 Chargers. Wait.
There's
No.
somebody missing there, eh?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
oh shit!
Deshaun, what the hell? You got someone missing, bro. Like Steelers are going to be in that running. Trust me, the Steelers
Wait,
are
Mans
going
is
to
up in
be
here. What's up,
in
Mans?
that running. What's up, Mama Bear? How you doing? Glad you could pop in. The Steelers are going to be in that running, Deshaun. I am telling you that. I watched the
think they
game.
will be.
I watched the game, their last preseason game. I seen Ben Longball it. I've seen the running back Harris, the rookie boy there. He did pretty good. So I'm like, okay. Again, it's preseason, right?
In all honesty, Nzo. What's his name of your coach again?
Mike Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin. Look at this man's record.
Yeah, I know.
Put some respect on this man's name.
Facts.
You know, he's not. Look what he did with that fucking scrap team he had.
Facts.
Scrap team. That quarterback who was there would not be a starting quarterback on fucking who could I say? The Jets. But yet they were 8-8 or something along those lines. He's never had a losing record. No,
yeah, he's never. He was 8-8. Yeah, he was 8-8. He's never had a losing record.
You know, I'd like to think their demise last year was, like I told Nzo, this is my opinion. Mm-hmm. They had a weak schedule in the beginning, and they were finding their way in the beginning, and then they had a hiccup when they met Washington because the game prior to that was a close game, and after Washington, your record was gonna your schedule was gonna get harder, and that's what happened. I don't think Cleveland was better. Cleveland's offense played better. But pound for pound, I like to think your defenses are equal. Because as bad as their bad boy is in Cleveland, I think Watt is in Pittsburgh. So
facts. And we got another Watt brother. There's 3 of them, right? Yeah, we got the youngest one too. And last year, we had no fucking running game whatsoever. None. It was trash. And that was a big issue for why the Steelers struggled during the second half of the season. And then Big Ben wasn't doing the long passes like he used to because of his elbow. We'll see if it was his elbow. We'll see what he does.
How long do you think his career is going to be?
I think he's done after this. I think he's done after the season.
So he has something to prove.
Yeah, I think he's done after the season.
A lot of people have something to prove, and I think the one is the most deadliest is Kansas City.
I agree.
You know, there's a lot of teams that have something to prove this year.
I agree.
And I don't care how much Dak and Dallas has something to prove. They're not coming out of the East first. I'm telling you right now, people, as much as Vegas wants to big them up, I'll bet against it. Who was it, Chris? Didn't I take that bet with Chris? No, it wasn't Chris. It was, what's his name? The guy who disappeared early. He disappeared so early, I forgot his name. We were getting along good.
Mad Mardigan?
Mad Mardigan, my boy. We had such a beautiful relationship being with 2 people from the NFC East. But I told him when we did our little fantasy on our show, you remember?
Yes.
I can just bet against you every game. The worst I could do is 500. I said it word for word like that. And what did I end up with them? I think I ended up maybe 600, a little better than 500. Because I took them to lose every game.
Dan said Tomlin is good, but he has to get them to the dance. Pittsburgh is going to want more than winking seasons. It's kind of like Russell Westbrook with all the triple doubles is good, but it ain't a championship.
Westbrook doesn't have a ring. Tomlin has a ring. I don't know how they make that comparison there, Danny.
Tomlin has a ring, and he went to the dance twice, right? So he won one, lost one. And like I said, last year, man, we were like, what was it, 11-0 before we lost the first game? Or 10-0 or something like that. Like Steelers were on a roll, and then they hit that slump, and it just went downhill. So I'm hoping they can avoid that this year. And if the running game is on point, then we can see. NFC playoff standings will be Buccaneers,
I
Rams,
like the
Packers,
Sean. I
Washington,
like the Sean.
Seattle, 49ers, Saints, maybe
I
Cardinals.
think the Cardinals before the Saints.
I said again, Roberto.
What do you
Oh,
say?
he said again, taking them to the championship again.
Oh,
Yeah, I can kind of agree. He does need to go to the big dance, right? But one thing I like about Steelers, the franchise, they've only had three coaches in the history, and as long as he keeps that team above 500, and they don't have like 2-3 years of just fucking sucking, then he'll be there for a while. But I agree. But it's not hard. It's not easy to win a Super Bowl, man. It's really not. Especially now that you have these powerhouses in KC, you have a powerhouse in Tampa Bay. It's going to be really hard for any other team to beat these guys.
my rant on Tomlin is, yes, you're right, Danny. He has to get there again, like any other coach in the NFL has to get to the Super Bowl. That's why they're hired. But who has the credentials like this guy in the NFL? Take all the coaches that are there now and the longevity of Tomlin, since Tomlin's a coach. How many coaches could say they have his record and are still coaching the same team?
For real.
That's a lot of math to do there, because I would say there's not many. So if anybody can get a bye by not making it to the Super Bowl, not winning it, I would like to think it's him.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Rooneys love this guy.
Yeah.
They're not in any kind of, besides Antonio Brown, they're never in the forefront for anything bad regarding the organization. They have Super Bowls. They have respect. They have a huge following. I'm not even a Pittsburgh fan, but I respect them because they're not in the NFC East and they don't cause a threat to my team. And I wish my organization would somewhat run like that, but they have good owners. You know,
Mm-hmm.
when you have a fucked up owner, you end up like me. No name team.
He said he don't even have to win. I'm saying he just needs to get them there. If he gets them there, he solidifies as one of the greatest.
Oh,
of all time.
yes. You're right, Danny. Okay,
I can agree with that.
I got you.
I can agree with that because right now the only coach that I can really say like is Belichick. You know what I mean? Belichick is number one he's the greatest coach of all times right now.
Yeah, he's on that what do they call it? That wall there.
The pedestal.
Presidents.
Mm-hmm.
Mount Rushmore.
The Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore of coaches.
Facts. He definitely is. What else did I see over here that I wanted to talk about? Aaron Rodgers. How do you think Green Bay is going to do this year?
I think they're going to rip house like they always did. Didn't they just get another receiver over there?
Did they? I don't know, man. Did you hear when Aaron Rodgers was like trashing them?
His receivers?
No, the organization.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. When you have a GM who doesn't give you respect, you know, like I know there's being bigger than yourself. You know, you're taking advantage of your position.
Mm-hmm.
But why could a guy like, you know, the commissioner, not the coach of LA Lakers, goes to LeBron? The commissioner goes to LeBron and asks him advice. Not that he's going to do it, but it's good to get the advice from somebody who's a leader in the industry you're in. Aaron Rodgers, for me, I thought he was a flop. I used to say this guy is overrated.
Me too.
This guy blew me away. No, he blew me away, Anzo, because with little, he did a lot. Yeah. He doesn't have 4 receivers at his disposal. He doesn't have all these credentials at his disposal, but yet he's always there. So now I take my hat off to Aaron Rodgers. I am teach their own. Not everyone has to get on the bandwagon, but I respect him. But to lose a guy like that in the NFL could be the end of a franchise. The following that 100%. Green Bay has. Do you know when there's a game in Green Bay, not a fucking store is open?
Oh, yeah?
the whole town shuts down to go to that football game.
I didn't know that.
It's crazy over there, Anzo. It's crazy over there. So you wonder what's going on over there to talk in the communities because you know how football is over there. Like, we're sick about football. We're Canadian. We don't even follow our own football.
You know what
We're
I
sick
mean?
about American football. I
Right.
crave for it. September is my favorite month.
Right. Right. I can't wait for it.
I just think it's pure disrespect. I think maybe, yeah, Rodgers is being a little spoiled brat at times, but he earned his credentials, man. He's not a shit quarterback holding a team hostage.
Well, that's
General
just
managers come and go, dog.
no, that's just it. I do agree with you though that if they want to they should be listening to him. They should be getting his input on who to bring in, you know what I mean, who to keep and stuff like that. 100%, because I guarantee you they were doing that with Brett Favre.
Look where they got. Look where they got without listening to him. They were one step away from the Super Bowl.
Yeah, right. Hold on. No. Roberto speaking truth. I still say he's overrated. He hasn't proved it to
like
me.
I said, teach their own.
He's still overrated to me.
I used to think he was overrated like you until I did some research on the guy because I know there was one year people were holding him like above the stadium and he had some horrible fucking stats that year. So I researched his whole career. This guy is
Didn't he win MVP this year? Last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the MVP, right?
Mm-hmm. Still no respect. Still his GM can't go, I understand that, Aaron said that, these guys might be coming here. We're going to consider that and, we'll talk. No, I know nothing of this. I know nothing of this. I know nothing of what he's talking about. So basically, you're too big in your chair and you have to belittle this guy who's making you keep your job. Because when he leaves, I can almost guarantee you within a year or two that GM's gone.
I agree with you. Because you got to do things to keep that quarterback relevant, and you got to do what you can do. I say this all the time, man. Yeah, man. Maybe if he had better weapons on offense, he would have won more Super Bowls. You know what I mean? I will not deny that he has had some trash teams, but he's also had some really good wide receivers as well, man. Like, he's had some good teams. I remember there was one year I had one of his wide receivers, man. Jordy Nelson.
Oh yeah, sticky fingers.
Jordy Nelson. So yeah, Jordy Nelson. And that year he had
one receiver.
No, he had 3 that year.
Who?
Aaron Rodgers. I can't remember who the other 2 were. And then the year after, he lost 2 of those wide receivers, and then only had.
But Jordy Nelson was with him, I think, for a year or two. He was on his going out around the time, because I think in year 3 he got traded. Jordy Nelson,
right,
I don't
right.
know where.
I think he got injured because I remember I had him,
right.
and I had he was on pace with a Carolina wide receiver at the same time, and both of these motherfuckers got injured, and they were my top wide receivers, and it killed my league that year. But I remember he got injured, and that's when he left the year after. Who do you think will be the worst team in the NFL this year? Ooh. Oh man, who do you think?
The worst team in the NFL?
The worst team in the NFL this year.
I don't think it'll be the Jets. I think they're riding high on that rookie kid.
It's Jets, Giants to me. You know what I mean? Pick one or two.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be the Jaguars.
I was just about to say the Jags too. It'll probably be the fucking Jags too.
They got a rookie quarterback there, and they did nothing to surround them with protection. Did you ever see the way Minshew, whatever his name is? You ever see this guy running for his life, man? I know this kid, this rookie sensation, is much better. He's the biggest prospect for the longest time, but you're putting him out to the wolves because these Aaron Donalds and these kind of defensive linemen or defensive ends, they're salivating to put those locks into braids after they hit him, man. You know what I mean? Also, if I was playing defense there, man, and I saw this kid coming in getting all this glorification, you're this, you're that, and they did nothing to your offensive line to protect you, boy, you gonna learn the NFL today. That's what I'd be saying in that line. You gonna feel me all day, son.
And if you guys remember from last year, a few years ago, from from Square One, Roberto wants to hit these guys and knock them out the game. Just remember that,
What
right?
they say, knock snot out of them.
Yeah. Roberto wants to send them on the fucking stretcher and shit.
Legally.
He doesn't want to hurt. He doesn't want to hurt their career. Just out the game. You know what I mean? So,
do you remember the Pittsburgh Steel Curtain?
Oh, absolutely, bro.
Yo, Palomalu and all those guys, they didn't hit to tackle. They hit to hurt you, man. That's how you become a legend. Anybody could tackle. Not everybody could hit to hurt. Those guys are legends. We had one on our team, died after 2 years.
Who's that?
You know me and names, man.
Yeah.
But this kid was a prospect. You don't remember? He made the Pro Bowl, and he hit the kicker.
I know shit about your team.
Tackle. No, the Pro Bowl. I'm talking about the Pro Bowl.
No, I know, but anybody on your team, I have no idea.
Yeah. Please, come on, man. I just gave your team all respect, and you're doing that to me.
No, I'm.
You don't know anybody on the Redskins
now.
Oh, now, yeah, I'm with you. I don't know a lot of guys there either.
Right. I mean, yeah, you guys had Rippin and all that shit when you won the Super Bowl. Yeah, I know that and shit. Talking like
all them guys.
Yeah. But after, and Jason,
Art Monk, all these studs, you know.
Jason,
you think Atlanta?
He said Atlanta's probably going to be at the bottom.
I don't think so. The league we're talking, not division. The league. Atlanta was at the bottom of the league last year.
I don't think they were at the bottom.
They were close.
Yeah, probably close to it.
Someone in the East had to be in the bottom.
Yeah, Cowboys. I think Cowboys were. Oh, Quentin.
Look at Mr. Quentin.
What up, Quentin? What's up, brother? I should have made you. Come on. What's 6A? What's that? I don't know what that is. You probably meant to say something else, but yeah. What about since he's here, 49ers. There he goes.
Here we go. The pom-poms are flying.
Here we go. Okay, he meant to put 49ers, right? So y'all know 49ers this year, right? Absolutely not.
We didn't even mention them, did we?
No.
Who's their quarterback? Garoppolo?
I said I have no idea. I didn't even think he was still the quarterback. I'm like, I got rid of this guy.
I don't know why they're bigging this guy up, Garoppolo. What's that? Garoppolus? What's his name?
Garoppolo. Yes.
I don't know why they're bigging him up, because I know Quentin dies when this guy's in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if they put in your rookie quarterback, I would say yes. Don't count out the 49ers, because you got a crazy defense. You got crazy running game. You got very good receivers. It's just your quarterback. He's, I think he's just too much Mr. Fashion. He's too much Mr. Fashion. He's worried about his hair and because he looks like a model quarterback. Like when you look at that guy, he looks like what a quarterback should look like, and that's where it ends. That's as much as you big him up with his efficiency and his winning percentage, the 49ers are like,
Mm-hmm.
No, every year. Oh, they all get injured. Oh, poor babies. Maybe you guys got to get in better shape. You're playing the same game as the other teams in the league.
Except for that year they went to the Super Bowl. I think that's what he's holding on to. You know what I mean? 2 years. Was it 2 years ago? 3 years
ago? What's that rock song? It's been a long time, been a long time, been a lonely. When's the last time the 49ers won?
Yeah, that's the question. When the last time they won? They may have been in the Super Bowl a few years ago, but when is the last time they won? Let Chris know the GOAT got number 8 coming. Well, that's what everybody is saying. I know Jason Lee Tucker is a Tampa Bay fan. He likes Tampa Bay. I would have to say, if I had to pick anybody to win it, I'm going to pick the Steelers. There, I said it. Our
Yeah, but
team
he's
is
going with
finally
his heart,
healthy, and
not with
that
his
defense
brain, not with his
can cover
brain,
Garoppolo.
not with his brain. That's with his heart because he's a Steelers fan. You know, I'm thinking with my heart and brain, and I'm saying Washington will probably win the East again, but they will lose again in the playoffs. And I'm putting my money on Kansas City.
To win?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. You
But
know,
can I
I
say
was,
something to Quentin?
yeah, go ahead.
Quentin, I respect your team. I don't respect your quarterback, and neither do you. And this is why. For that reason, we will not put them where you want us to. Am I
I
lying,
should,
Onzo?
no,
He
you're right.
hates his quarterback. He
I
hates
should,
him.
yeah, I should have brought Quentin on, man, because last year I remember Quentin was talking about his team, and he's like, "Oh, fuck Garoppolo! I hate Garoppolo! Fuck Garoppolo!" I know you guys ain't talking about the teams in the Super Bowl. When was the last times either of the Steelers or the no-name Washington was even close to a ring? The
But I'm
Steel.
not saying Washington's going to be there. So if you want to pick on a team when it's down, that gives you strength. No problem, Quentin. But I'm telling you facts about your team. As long as you have that guy as your quarterback, you ain't winning shit.
And I can say that the Steelers won a Super Bowl like later in time than this. Like if you go like who won,
Yeah, like who's more recent? I
right?
think Steelers are
More
more
recent
recent than
Steelers are more
49ers.
recent. Absolutely. Now, if you're talking about going to the game, then it's 49ers. But no one remembers second place, bro.
Yeah,
You know what
you're
I
at
mean?
the
No one
dance, you're left
yeah,
alone.
right, exactly. Ain't no one give a shit about second
And
place.
just because you diss me without dissing your team, if Pittsburgh meets up with 49ers in the Super Bowl, you'll swear I was their fan from they opened the organization. My socks will be Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm telling you. I'm telling
All
you,
right. Who is the
Quentin,
most
my boy.
underrated quarterback in the NFL?
Garoppolo.
Nah, he'd be overrated,
No,
bro.
overrated. Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry, I
he'd
got
be
it
over.
wrong.
Yeah,
I'm
he'd
just
be
looking at Quentin's
overrated.
commentator, and I just had to scream it out.
Underrated? You know what? I'm gonna actually say it's Aaron Rodgers. I'll say that. I'll say it's
Huh?
Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, because people always complain that he hasn't won the Super Bowls and stuff like that, right? And even me, I say he's overrated. So when you want to talk about the most underrated quarterback, I think it's Aaron Rodgers. I think he doesn't get enough respect for what he has done. He's the MVP of last year, and I'm still calling him fucking overrated. So if I had to pick anybody, I would
So he's
personally.
both overrated and underrated.
Yes. Yes.
That's an impossible, yo. But we'll leave it there.
To me he's overrated, but when I hear a lot of people talk about him, they don't talk about him in the way as the higher echelon of quarterbacks. You know what I mean?
People
Like,
who talk bad about him day to day. They don't look at his career.
right,
You have to look at what a guy has done,
right.
not what he did. It's what he's done. You got to take it all in consideration. For me, I think the most underrated quarterback. Fuck, I just had him on the tip of my tongue and participated in yours. Just lost it.
Washington has been down for decades.
Yes, so
49ers are a run-based team.
run based team, but you still can't win. Imagine
And we all know
when we're run based, we'll be winning.
and we all know that like in this day and age it's not a run based team, as we're not run based anymore. It's pass heavy, right? And then you have to have a running back to complement. Before it was you had to have a running back and then have the pass to complement the running back, right? But this league, it's long bombs, passing league, so you have to have a running back to take the pressure off of the pass. So I feel it's the NFL has switched around when it came to that. Chargers will
I got
be
it, Anza.
who? Go ahead.
My underrated quarterback is Deshaun Watson.
I can give you that too.
If not for his stupidities that he got himself involved to with all his little masseuse fantasies, this guy would have been the most sought out quarterback by the whole. Anybody that doesn't have a 1A quarterback was trying to get him.
I agree.
But yet,
And
all his accolades, all his accomplishments, they're never really mentioned. But if he
mhm.
fucks up, all of that's brought to the forefront like he's been doing it for years. This guy is a
Fact.
sick quarterback, and I was begging the football gods, begging Washington, pick up this guy, please. But whatever. So that's my
Who
underrated.
is he still with
Still with
Baltimore?
Houston, and he's gonna
He's still
play.
with Houston? Okay.
He's
Okay.
gonna play because it's an offense. It's a criminal offense. So because it's a criminal offense, the NFL can investigate. Therefore, they can't stop him from playing.
Got you. Did he still going through that, or did something happen? Like, did he get?
You know how many women there is, man? I like to
I
know how
haven't-
this guy's going to prove.
Yeah, I haven't followed in a while, man.
I want to know how he's going to prove himself because when you have 20 plus masseuses coming with allegations, unless they're going to take this guy for 100 million, I don't see how that's possible. Like everybody wants a piece of the pie kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's possible. I think he's done it because he's a stud. He's a multi millionaire. Great shape, celebrity. These girls are just masseuses, man. Look at her. She's hot. She's got to love me. I'll drive her in my Bentley. We'll fly to here for breakfast. It doesn't work like that, yo. Some people despise that.
I agree, 100%. I think that if he can keep his head straight, he should have a good season with Houston. I don't even know who picked him up as a quarterback, to be honest with you.
Nobody's there, Nzo. There's
wide
nobody in
receivers,
Houston. Even that one receiver he had there, he's not there anymore, I don't think.
Was it Deshaun Jackson?
No. Deshaun Jackson went back to Philly. I think Deshaun Jackson's been in Philly like 3 times.
Really?
He went from Philly to Washington to some team, back to Philly, to Baltimore, to Philly.
Oh, Hopkins, I'm thinking. Hopkins.
Hopkins left long time. He's in Arizona.
He's in Arizona. Yeah, right, because I have him. Well, it'll be interesting to see how they do. I think they're probably not going to do so well. They'd be a bottom feeder team as well, right? Mm-hmm. So my top 3 teams this year going to be Kansas City, Tampa Bay, and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Hey, do we do sleeper teams already?
No, who are your sleeper teams?
I think Tennessee, man.
Yeah. Tennessee's coming off a strong season last year too. You're right; they might be a sleeper team as well.
They need to they just got to straighten their defense a little bit. Their offense is solid. They have a great running game. They have a stud receiver. Now they have what's his name there, Jones?
Mm-hmm.
2 monster receivers. I don't know who that big guy is over there. I don't know what his name is. But he's fucking dangerous. He's like a Metcalf. These hybrid tight end receivers, you know?
Right. I haven't, like I said, I only watched one preseason game. So then it was only the Steeler game that I watched, and I just happened to click on it. It's like,
shit,
yeah, I know. Yeah, I know, right? And how many preseason games did we have this year? I think it was only 3, right?
It's supposed to be 2 or 3. They're supposed to shorten it because they extended the season 1 game.
Yeah. So they were supposed to shorten the preseason game. So I only watched one of those, which I was like, okay, I seen the Steelers, I seen they look good, but like you said, it's preseason because teams are not playing as hard as they are in the preseason.
They're not playing your starters really. You're right.
Yeah, right. The starters will play for like what a quarter, if that. Well, especially now that there's only 2. So I think the first preseason game they'll probably play a quarter. Second, they'll probably play like right up to the whole half until the season starts. You know what I mean? And with the fact that there's an extra week, gives a lot of teams that extra. We can go into the season starting off as that being the first full game, because usually the last preseason game is when the starters play the whole game, right, to warm up for the season. But I think they're just going to be like, all right, fuck that last preseason game, and we'll wait for the start of the season to have everybody play the full game. So it's going to be an interesting season, man. It's going to be very interesting. I think it's going to be a very good fantasy football league this year. I mean, I looked at the ratings for who had the best draft, and of course that was me. And I was like, shit. I also got 2 fucking fantasy drafts to do tonight as well. So I have an NFL one, and then Phil Miletus has a draft that I'm in, so I got to do that one too. But yeah, I mean, we did an hour. I know Roberto got some stuff to do, so we close it up. It's just a real quick
What
sports talk
were
show.
we that good that Danny's hating on us?
Oh,
I
bro,
did I tell
next
you?
next week is gonna be even better. I reached out to Uche. Uche said he's down to do the sports show with us. So
Who's Uche Uche?
used to play for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
No way.
Hmm. He was on Square one time with me and Danny when you couldn't make it, but I reached out to him. You know, he invited me on his channel. He said, "Yeah, you can come on my channel whenever." So I'm gonna go over there, do a little stuff on his channel. And then he said he's willing to do the sports show. He would have came on today, but he told me to give him a few days in advance, and I just was like, "Hey, man, you want to come on?" So yeah.
I wonder if
So
Quentin's still out there. I hurt his feelings and he took off. And Sean, I did say earlier to keep an eye out for the Chargers. I think we did talk about sleepers, and I said the Chargers, but I think it's more so Tennessee because the West is very strong. I find it's very, very strong, and because of its strength, those teams that are almost there are forgotten. You know,
Absolutely.
Tennessee, watch out, man.
And I think the football season starts next week, right?
Yeah, if
Next
not
Sunday.
next week, the week Sunday after.
I think it's what's the 5th. I think it's September
Well, I'm gonna
5th.
ride with 2 weeks, and if it starts next week, it's a bonus, yo. And I'm feeling
Yeah,
even nicer,
I'll be with
I'm
I'll be
waiting
with
2 weeks.
you. Yeah, I'll be with you on that one. I'm just saying if we do it on, let's say, a Saturday or whatever, I don't know. We could do it on a day where it's both good for you guys, right? And we can like pre talk about the season and shit. It's gonna be fun.
Well, Saturdays is kind of tough because now
Hmm.
I'm doing this CrossFit thing with the wife in the morning, and you know that it's most of the time you're doing groceries and all those stupidities on the weekend, right?
Okay.
So
Quentin said September 12th, so you're right. 2 weeks.
thank you, Quentin. I see you're still here. You know you're my brother. No hard feelings. Your 49ers are strong, but they're not winning it. Neither are my
Absolutely.
Reds. Neither are my Washington no-name football team. I won't argue with you. Since Schneider has been the owner of my team, I am fucking highly depressed. Highly depressed. How do you get rid of an owner? How? You can't. You can't. This guy has been caught so many times in scandals, all kinds of corruption, all kinds, and he's still there. It's like he's a Donald Trump of my team, man.
Look at
I
that one.
swear to God.
Look at that one. Look at
But
that one.
I saw it. I'm just saw it. I have considered leaving my team. I'm not ignoring you, Danny. I'm just trying to get this rant out before we get off the air. I have considered leaving my team only because fantasy football has become such a big thing for me, and I love it. I was thinking of just not following a team and just following players. That way, you can never really be upset, when a team is going the wrong way because it's got to the point where even my love, hockey, my organization, the Montreal Canadiens, the winningest team in sports history, the organization with the manager and the ownership, they just wouldn't change. As much as the fans plead, they fill their arena, buy their shit beer, they wouldn't change. So I went on Facebook and I did a video of me shooting all my Canadian shit in the garbage. Then my brother called me up and asked for it. I gave it to him. But, I would do that to Washington if this fucking shit continues. I've been a fan of Washington since 19 maybe 70.
Yeah, lightning blue,
I'll say it. I'll say it. These fucking gray hairs burned, yo. It's 1970 since I'm a little kid watching my dad and my older brother dance around like little women. Dallas, Dallas, Dallas. I couldn't stand it. I said, who are they playing? Washington? That's my team. Washington. Hey. I was, that's back in the 70s. So Cowboys and Indians was a very big thing on TV. And I always liked the Indians. So, I'm always for the guy who's down but shouldn't be. The person that's rightfully theirs, but yet the big man is stepping on them and people are cheering them on. I don't support that shit, so I'm always counter. And that's how I became a Redskins fan.
And Quentin said, "No, you can't leave your team. You're the only
I can do
Washington
whatever I
fan."
want, man. I can
No,
do
you
whatever I
can't.
want. And
No, you
Danny's
can't
a
leave
Washington
it.
fan too. So there's two in your face, Quentin. You
That
got to
is
get your
correct.
facts together, brother.
And I'll just address this. I can't steal anything that I actually helped create. You know what I mean? Because I did help it create. Number one, so I can't really steal something that I helped create, bro. I'm just saying, white privilege. Who has white privilege? I feel so bad, Joe
Shit.
Burrow this year.
Let's
Yeah,
see.
man.
Let's see. But he has a shit team. He lost AJ Green too. Poor guy.
I know.
I don't know what these teams are doing,
Hey, man, as long as I get my Steelers into the playoffs and get them in the running, I'll be fine with one playoff win. Two, I'll be like, good season, because I don't expect them to really win it. But if they do, if they come out and show if Big Ben can get that magic back with his arm, I just have an issue with our wide receivers like Juju Smith-Schuster is not a number one to me, and I don't know if he can be. So what I'm hoping
What about
is
Claiborne?
That's what I was about to say. I'm hoping Claypool can step up and be that number one because he has that speed down the field. You know what I mean? Can Ben get it to him? And if that's the case, then it can open up the field for Juju. But he has.
Who's your backup?
Backup quarterback?
Yeah.
Randolph?
Isn't it our scraps?
I think it's still that Randolph guy.
It's not that black kid that was our number one draft, and I laughed that Pittsburgh picked him up.
Maybe. I have no idea right now. To be honest,
he actually looked good in the preseason playing for you guys, and everybody's saying you couldn't show signs like that in Washington, you bum. This guy didn't read no books, follow nothing. He didn't do nothing. Gained weight, came in here thinking he's a number one draft and he's going to do all this. He did jack shit. Gone.
But you got to also understand too, right? He's going to Steelers. You got Big Ben. You got Coach Tomlin. So I'm pretty sure Ben is probably going to take him under his wing. When you go to a team and you're the only one as a young quarterback and you have no one to mentor you, you might not succeed.
Well, like I said, also, since Schneider's our owner, I thought RG3 was our future.
Mm-hmm.
And they destroyed him.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. And he was good. He was good for the first couple of years that he was there. What, he only played like 3 seasons, right?
2 seasons.
2 seasons.
For Washington, he was hobbled the second season too. Anyways, I try to forget those days.
And with that, we will let Roberto forget those ways. We are going to close it up just to let you guys know that at 8:30 EST will be the What If Roundtable. That is going to be fire. And then after that, it should be try to get it finished at like 10:30. I will be doing the Jake Paul and Tyrone Woodley fight. So I will be doing that.
When is that?
Tonight.
Oh, yeah?
That is tonight, man. Yes, I am.
Send me the link, please.
I will send you the link. I will be streaming that fight at 10:30, guys. Roberto will be there now. Ashley will be on the panel. I don't know whoever else is going to come in, but whoever else come in is definitely welcome if they want to watch that fight. Because if you haven't seen, they did an interview where they were sitting on table to table, and Woodley was just ripping on this guy. Boy, he had him stuttering and shit. He was like,
he's a big boy, that other kid, huh?
Yeah.
Like, I thought Woodley was a big guy. When they were standing next to each other, I was like, Woodley, you better put them MMA thing to work, because if this guy, if he's learning it the right way and he gets a hold of you.
Oh, it's boxing though. It's not. Oh,
MMA. I thought it was MMA.
Nah, it's a boxing match, bro. What up, So Blasted? How you doing? Bang, bang, Niner gain. Oh, you're a Niners fan too? So you and Quentin should be good. King David, 10:30. I will start up the stream. I will have a link in the chat where everybody can go into the StreamYard link and watch the fight tonight. So that's what I plan to do. Remember, it'll be 10:30 right after the What If watch party is done. We'll be getting on to that. And then maybe after that, depending on when it goes, because I think they said the main event will start at 11 p.m. EST. So hopefully 30 minutes to an hour. And then after that, I'll probably be doing a stream with Ashley if she's streaming on her channel or whoever else is doing. But I got a lot of streams going on tonight. There's going to be a lot of things for you guys to watch tonight, man. Woodley is going to murder that kid. That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. I said Woodley is going to murder him too. But these guys can fight, though. Logan Paul and Jake Paul, they
He
can
better not
box.
go in there underestimating him. He better take him serious like he would anybody else, because the lucky punch knocks him out. Oh my God, he's not a planet he could hide on.
Yeah, for
Woodley is
real.
going to have to leave the planet.
Yeah, absolutely. If he loses, 100%. Yes, King David, what you do is you go to StreamYard.com. You don't have to pay. You just add your information, and then when you everything is set up, all you got to do is click on the link, and it'll bring you right into the StreamYard chat to watch that fight. So, guys, be ready, man. Like I said, we're doing it big tonight. It's going to be a lot of shit going on. I don't know if anybody has anything going on after we are done here, but just remember, from 8:30 all the way up, you're going to have What If, and then you're going to have the fight. So, with that being said, I will close it up. Phobos said facts. He's going to have to leave the planet if he loses. 100%. If he loses, you're right. It's going to be like the fucking Nate Robinson shit, right? Because you don't get, you
Well,
know,
Nate Robinson is a basketball player, so
no, I
you know
know,
what I
but
mean?
you still don't hear nothing. Nate Robinson, it's like he fucking left the planet. Like, where's Nate Robinson now?
But in all
He's
honesty, before that fight, it's the same situation. Where's Nate Robinson?
yeah, I agree. I agree. I
So
agree.
that fight put him on the table, and that fight took him off his fast.
I agree with you 100%.
Yo,
With
now I
that
got my
being,
own show. I can't blast it here. Come on, man.
oh shit, my bad,
Okay,
Roberto.
let me just throw
Talk
it
to the
out quick
people.
because we have to go.
No,
I
no, don't talk to the people. Take
got
your
my
time.
new show, F the Ego, Monday night, 10 o'clock. My guest this week will be Mr. JJ. We're going to be hitting the ego in the homestead. Please tune in, subscribe, be a fan, like it. Wednesday night, the OOC with my man, the legend, Mr. Biggerford Anzo, where we keep it real, bring the fire. I don't know what's happening Saturday and Sunday, but sports is back, and I'm fucking happy, yo.
That is correct. So make sure you check it out this Monday at 10 EST. F the Ego, Roberto, JJ. It's going to be a great show, man. Trust me on that one, you know. With that being said, guys, we are going to close it up. Peace, love, and hair grease. See you next time.